these guys. So you look at, we've lost Moses, for example. We've lost Moses now to an injury, 3 months. It's that type of situation whereby this can impact these players. So what looked like an innocuous injury for Mo has turned out to be more, not serious, but a longer injury, a more serious grade injury. So again, another player goes down. I say for the season, but with 3 games to go, it sounds a bit dramatic. But you do get the balance right. You've got to maintain your responsibility for the players' health and welfare, whilst at the same time they're desperate to play and want to contribute to the team performance as well. It looked innocuous. I was hoping. I thought to myself, he might not make Stoke, but would be available for Sheffield. And unfortunately, it's going to be a longer term one than that. So very frustrating. But it's we're getting used to this year. Senny's getting closer. So Senny may well rejoin the group shortly. So it's been a long time, but Senny's getting closer, Dave, which is good to see. Tomorrow is probably too soon for Senny. Obviously, been out for a long time. He's got to do his work and get the medical clearance. But then, good week of training. We'll see where we are for next Friday.
Just on Odebajo, first of all, obviously another injury blow. I mean, we spoke about last week about your options in defence obviously being restricted already. You moved to 4 at the back from what you said was kind of out of necessity more than choice, and that's obviously become more limited now. Is this like an opportunity, do you think, for someone like Ozzy Kakai to come in and impress at the end of the season?
It's about fielding the best team we've got, Dan. Simple as that. We've got a squad of players, all of whom are available for selection. I've got no fear using Ozzy at all, any shape or form. He trains so well every day. He's got a great approach to the game. It's about picking what I think is the best team to deal with another stern challenge tomorrow. But yeah, we are, to lose another player, another onto injury, another defender, is tough to take at the moment, but it is what it is.
Mm. And Yohan Barbe and Lee Wallace, how are they doing? Could they potentially be back in time?
Lee, no. Lee won't be back in time, unfortunately. Yohan will be one of those potential fitness tests tomorrow morning to see how he is.
And Jeff Hendrick as well, obviously missed out last time. How's he doing?
Yeah, he hasn't trained with the group yet. He will be in for what is a very light session today to see if there's no reaction potential to be in the squad. But again, he's been out and hasn't trained with the squad down. So under normal parameters, he wouldn't be involved tomorrow. If these fitness tests don't go well, I need to name a squad. It won't be a full squad, but I need to name a squad. So again, see how he performs this morning, see if there's any reaction. Hopefully there's not, and he may be available to be on the bench for us.
Is there anyone else that's picked up any injuries since we last spoke? Any sort of training knocks? Or
there's 1 or 2 that we're sort of nursing through. So I'm not saying too negative. We'll have to wait and see how they come through this morning. Today is really light, Dan, as you can imagine. It's a little one-dos, some shape work, etc., set pieces. But we have to make sure, again, prepare for the jobs. Stoke, for example, are very good at set pieces. We have to be defensively organised, and we have to make sure we pose a threat ourselves and on our set pieces. Very difficult when you've got 3, 4, 5 of the key players missing. So it's a difficult one, but we'll wait and see how we come out.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've obviously said that you're still in the mix, and you very much still are. I mean, is it a case of now any dropped points and you can sort of move on from the idea of playoffs? Does it have to be 72 in your mind? Do you think that has to be the total now?
We just got to go. We can't control what happens away from us, obviously, Dan. So it's just us posting the highest number possible. Simple as that. Just go and post the highest number possible. After this one game, where are we? Then you can reflect back. If it's not enough, then we know we missed an opportunity. The boys have worked so hard and achieved so much. But hopefully we can go and deliver the performances, get the results, and sneak in there.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about someone who's had quite a lot of game time recently. Andre Dezel's obviously had a good run in the team in midfield. What have you kind of seen that you've liked from him that's persuaded you to keep picking him, obviously at the expense of someone like Stephanie Hansen, for example?
It's not Steph. Steph obviously is our captain. The quality he shows, the impact that he has, is very, very significant. Then sometimes with the young players, you got to put them in there. You got to give them a run a game, so they might get 2 or 3 games first of all. Then they might get 5, 6, 7 games come out. Then you get them a little longer run. It's just them finding their feet. And Andre's stepped up, done really well in his first year. Very talented ball player, dealing with the demands of the championship. The physical demands of the championship. relentless schedule, everything about this league, and he's done really well. So all we're doing is trying to develop the players, like George as well, had to be patient. Chrissy Willock, it was him or Chrissy Willock at times. So people, when you're saying as a media guy saying how well Chrissy's doing, George has to bide his time, be patient, keep working hard. Chrissy goes out, George comes in. Is he ready? And it's getting that run of games, Dan. So I think with all the players, it's just like Andre, Luke Amos, a bit more experienced, a bit more senior. But again, give them that confidence of a run of games and seeing where it takes them, but making sure at the same time that we look after them, because if the loading is too high, they break down, especially with someone like Luke's injury history. We have to make sure we work with them and get the loading right.
Yeah, I know you said at the start of the season, obviously the aim was to push for playoffs. That would, obviously be obvious progress from last season. But when you take into account everything that's happened this season, do you think that if you were able to match your points total last year, or you were able to, like you said, just nudge past it, or even finish just slightly below it, can you still look at this season as progress, even if that playoff place isn't secured?
Yeah, you have to, Dan. You have to. If we came in this season, and I'm talking to you now, and we're 15th, 16th, or whatever, I can't sit there and look in the eye and say, yeah, we're moving forward as a squad and as a department, because we're obviously not. But I think you're seeing players develop. You're seeing players deal with the demands of this schedule, which is so rigorous. You're seeing the injuries deplete the squad, and still they're moving forward. Yes, you've had that bad run for 6 to 8 weeks. We have to learn from that. We have to look what caused it. Was it confidence? Was it belief? Was it the loading? Was it did we get the hotels right? Was the work right here at the training ground? All these things you have to look at and be self-critical. But at the same time, in moving forward, if we can beat last year's points total with all that's gone on, we've got to say we've moved forward and had a very good season. Of course, every supporter down, every player, staff member wants to be in the playoffs. Of course you do. But there's no side going away from the fact that our budget is below halfway. Our budget is 14th, 15th. And here the players are performing way above that, punching above their weight. So they deserve a lot of credit for that.
And just final one for me. Obviously, you dominated possession last time you played Stoke. You dominated the shot count as well. Obviously, didn't get the result you wanted. I mean, what did you kind of learn about them maybe that you can take into this game?
They're very experienced. Because they've got seasoned campaigners alike of Alan and Jagielka, and Fletcher up top is dangerous. They've got pace and power in the likes of Campbell and Brown. They've got good technicians. Vrancic is a good technician. Lewis Baker, good academy upbringing, good player. Went off the ball a little bit to come back, now scoring goals. I think he's got 8 goals for them. So they've got they're a team with internationals. They're a team with experience. They're dangerous. They're well organised. But if you remember, I think we missed a pen, didn't we, in that game? In the first game, which is a big moment in the game. So, as I say, for me, Dan, we've got to recognise they're a team packed with experience and quality, but we know what we possess ourselves as well. We have to go there and be on the front foot. That's key for me. We can't go there and be tepid and, have any fear or trepidation. We have to go there and be very much on the front foot and try and move the ball well and try and get our rewards from that.